Hey, I wanted to talk about a topic that seems to be pretty vague these days, but people throw the term around uh, pretty liberally, and that is mentors. What is a mentor? How do you find a mentor? Things to look out for. So I really wanted to talk about that because there's just a few things that I'm going to mention that I wish I knew years ago. So what you see on the screen is a mentorship driven accelerator. And the idea is that they throw together a few entrepreneurs during a short period of time, like a summer, and they get dozens and dozens of mentors to guide them, direct them, advise them, and it dramatically increases the chances of success for these entrepreneurs. Okay. Now, of course, you don't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur to take advantage of a mentor. You could be a doctor, you could be anything. I think everyone needs a mentor because it's just kind of a fact of life. There are people in this world that have been there and done whatever you're trying to achieve, and so they could give you some advice to prevent you from making mistakes and just make you more successful, whether it's entrepreneurship or startups or sports or whatever. So yeah, Straight Shot, one of the top accelerators in the country. I recently graduated with my company. It was a really interesting experience. And coming out, I have a very strong opinion about mentors. Now, mentors are awesome. However, every retired old guy on the planet, for some reason, thinks he should be mentor of a startup because it's fun. Well, that's not good. You need to be very laser focused on who you choose to be a mentor. I mean, I've had some great ones, I've had some bad ones, and it's not that they're bad people or their intentions are not um, positive. It's just it's not a good fit. So for example, if you have a next door neighbor who is a retired uh, executive from a Fortune 500 company, I mean, what exactly are they going to know about building a startup from scratch? Um, you know, maybe they'll know a lot, but I mean, most likely they'll probably know very little. So here are the three ingredients to look for in a mentor. Okay, so that's Straight Shot. Let's go ahead and move on. Now, whenever I look at mentors and even people that I follow and subscribe to on their YouTube channel or their email newsletters, it's a few different things. One, have they demonstrated success over and over and over again? Um, Look at this guy, Jason Calacanis. He started multiple different $1 million companies. I have no idea what his net worth even is. I mean, he invested in Tesla and I think Facebook. And um, let's look at another example. So Elon Musk, he started Tesla Motors, SpaceX. He actually started multiple billion-dollar companies that have nothing to do with each other. I mean, I don't know how you become an expert on spaceships and then become an expert on electric driving cars. I mean, that is really, really incredible. Now, I'm not saying you should ask Elon Musk to be your mentor, right? My point is, I'm just like, using extreme examples to make a point. Elon Musk, the guy, demonstrated that repeatable success. And, if you're in a similar industry, someone like that would be a perfect mentor. Moving right along, Jeff Bezos, yeah, he's done the same thing. His net worth is $50 billion, and he has started Amazon, another SpaceX competitor, and a bunch of other things. So, I mean, this filter does a lot of things. It filters out all the people that are just not a good fit. Someone that is retired and they did their time at a Fortune 500 company and they really don't have a lot to offer a startup. That same person might have a lot to offer a new college graduate that is starting their first job at a huge Fortune 100 company, though. He might be a perfect mentor for that. Now, Peter Thiel is another one. I mean, this guy started PayPal. He was one of the early investors in Facebook. He's done some things with Y Combinator, one of the largest accelerators in the world. And so when looking for a mentor, these are the traits, these are the type of things that you should look for, right? I mean, it seems like everything they touch turns to gold. However, they just understand business. They just have a love of the game. These people can retire over and over and over again, but they're just that's exactly the type of person that you would want on your side for a mentor. And these guys, maybe you can't get Peter Thiel as a mentor, but you can certainly read his book and follow the different pieces of advice that he shares very openly, which I might add is his book is incredible, and these guys are just geniuses. They have been there and done that, and so rather than reinventing the wheel, I'm going to listen to their advice and try to go in that direction. So those are, I think I covered the majority of finding a mentor, what to look for, what to avoid. I guess I haven't touched too deeply on what to avoid. I mean, some red flags on mentors, if they right out of the gate, if they start asking for equity in your company, if they start asking to be paid an hourly rate, that's a red flag. If they do what they do for the love of the game, like these guys that I shared with you, they're not going to be asking for equity during your first conversation. They're not going to be asking to be paid an hourly rate for their time. They're doing this because they love it. And you need to find those types of mentors, because I feel like there's just too many mentors out there that will charge an hourly rate. And don't get me wrong, those people might be well worth that hourly rate, or well worth a piece of equity, but those are consultants. Those are not mentors. And by the way, if you build a relationship with a Jason Calacanis or something, and they are, let's just say, a mentor at first, they might invest in your company, or you might ask them to sit on your board, or something like that. In that case, yeah, you have to give them equity, or you have to give them, whatever they want, as long as it makes sense. But those are just some things to look out for. When I was involved in Straight Shot, there's a lot of different mentors, and I heard a couple stories where a colleague, he's a CEO of another really successful startup now, but he had a meeting with some mentor, and the mentor basically the mentor laid out the plan. He was basically like, okay, this first meeting is free, and any meetings after this, I charge an hourly rate of $175 an hour. And the guy was supposed to be a mentor for like analytics and stuff like that. But it's just like, those are the people that you typically want to avoid. And I mean, if you want to use those people for consulting or something, that's fine. But as a startup, when you're trying to bootstrap, there's plenty of people out there that are more than happy to give their time up for free because they want to help out another entrepreneur or help out another startup. And they're more than happy to give 30 minutes of their time for free on a monthly basis or something like that. So, before you start paying consultants, or paying consultants that disguise themselves as mentors, look around. You could probably get that advice for free. You could probably get that help for free. So those are just a few of the things that I learned about mentors while going through a mentorship-driven accelerator. I hope that helps, and I'm by no means an expert. I just wanted to share some of my own opinions and experiences, and yeah, I really hope that helps. Good luck.